What's up, guys? Nolan here, and we have a few things to talk about today and some questions to answer. For the new stuff, we got confirmation from Nikita on a couple things today, with one being a large ban wave of 9,000 cheaters, so we might find ourselves a bit more free than usual this weekend. Just want to remind everyone that it is a constant fight, though they will be back, especially with a game like Tarkov. The second thing that we got confirmed was that Knight, one of our new bosses coming in the next patch, who wears this really cool looking skull mask with dreads made out of wires, will have his mask be lootable. So this mask will be lootable. We will all be able to loot and wear this in game. Speaking of lootable items, the big question that came up after this was whether or not the Big Pipes grenade launcher will be lootable, and we haven't gotten a direct answer about that yet. I would say it's likely that it will be lootable, but possible that it's not. Grenade launchers and even more advanced heavy weapons have always been a part of the plan for this game. We just don't know if this is the patch that's going to become a thing or not. Those of you guys that have been keeping up with my videos, you know that my theory right now is that the new trader might deal with those heavier weapons, which definitely links up with a new boss having this grenade launcher. So it's possible that this is that patch and that all these grenade launchers end up showing up, including underbarrel grenade launchers. We're gonna have to wait and see. That's what we have for the new stuff, but along with that and some extra confusion from last Friday with the Tarkov TV podcast, there's a lot of people asking when. Apparently there was some confusion about DLSS and whatnot. I will say I never heard Nikita say that DLSS could be this week, but I did hear him say that it will be with the next patch and that the next patch isn't ready yet. And by this week, I mean this past week. It's Friday right now, so the week that we've already been through. Given the current information and the circumstances, I would say we're still in the soon area of when this next patch could end up dropping, meaning another 2 weeks or so, but could be sooner, could be later. I will say we wouldn't be getting the info that we're getting in the way that it's being given if it wasn't close. I'm sure with the complexities of this next patch around the new bosses and this trader, they want to be certain that everything is as solid as it can be, especially since, again, there could be these grenade launchers showing up now. With it being close, there's of course the question of whether or not it will wipe, and I will say that I am extremely confident that it will not. The way I gauge whether or not it's going to be a wipe will be based off of 3 criteria. Those 3 criteria being the tech, the draw, and the time. The tech should not need it this patch, meaning that I do not think the servers will need to reset or be wiped to make way for new infrastructure or code, which is the most important piece to a wipe. BSG have said several times now that they will not wipe unless they absolutely need to. But for this patch, the draw is for sure there. BSG likes to make wipe patches special with big features being clumped up so that it's not just generally annoying for people to lose all of their progress. At least there's something new for them to look forward to. With this patch being our first in-raid trader, the new bosses, the addition of the new grenade launchers, whether it be just for that boss or for us, new guns, new tech, and some new quality of life changes, making for a great patch. Much better than I expected originally. Then the third criteria is time. It's a bit too early for the no wipe crowd. BSG want to try and keep it to as few wipes as possible, and what's coming next after this patch will very likely require a wipe. What I mean by that is the tech for this Q3 patch this year is likely massive for the optimizations that they're going to need for streets, as well as the AI on it. For those that don't know, I do expect the Q3 patch of this year to be the first iteration of streets. Then, especially with this armor hitbox and custom rig stuff that Nikita talked about last Friday, we'll be talking completely restructured player models, as well as, of course, gear and probably ballistics. So that's the tech side of things. The draw is the biggest the game has ever seen because it's streets. Name a fan of Escape from Tarkov who doesn't want to raid on streets as soon as possible. The time makes complete sense and might even go a bit longer than normal. I think with the last several months of the majority of the art team at BSG working on streets and the progress it had even before that, it is completely reasonable to think that they can have it ready for Q3 this year, and that is the first iteration of streets, not the entire thing finished. So to be clear, I expect the first iteration of streets to be in July or August this year, and I do expect that to be a wipe. That would put this current wipe at around 8 months, but BSG likely took that into account and loaded this up with all of the features and new stuff that they did in order to keep us more busy than usual. Keep in mind there's still plenty to learn about this upcoming patch since they're keeping some stuff secret, whether or not it's coming in this patch, and they've really liked surprises recently. Now for the devil's advocate / what if I'm wrong side of things, there is a possibility BSG sees themselves behind schedule with streets or any of the features planned for that same patch, in which case they don't see it being ready until Q4. If this is the case and they're sure about it, then this patch is moved up a bit in terms of the possibility of it being a wipe. There's also the possibility of some surprise features being added that will need a wipe and we don't know about them yet. However, whatever those changes might be, I feel like they would let us know. And otherwise, the need to wipe just isn't there, and and they value that above all other things for wipes these days. So in conclusion, we had 9,000 cheaters bopped. Knight's Mask will be lootable. We don't know if the grenade launcher will be or not. However, it likely will. The next patch is still in the soon territory, meaning a couple weeks, but could be sooner, could be later, and I really don't think it's going to be a wipe. Otherwise, guys, enjoy the weekend now that there's a lot less cheaters out there. Maybe get some gear stored up in case we see these new bosses and this new trader next week. As always, I will keep an eye out for anything new and let you guys know more once I do. Until then, though, for the latest Tarkov news, check out these playlists here. If you like this video, then you know the drill. Please subscribe. I really appreciate the people who do. If you are looking for people to play with, check out our Discord. Links in the description if you're interested. Otherwise, I hope you have a nice day. See you guys.